Hello, boys and girls. It is time now for our mindful lesson number 9. And this is one of my very favorites. It's on heartfulness, kind and caring. On the playground, at home, in the classroom, in the lunchroom, anywhere you go, you can learn how to be kind and caring through mindfulness. All right, so the first thing we'll do, of course, is our 2-minute mindful moment. So everyone sit up straight, get your legs crisscross applesauce or feet flat on the floor. Your eyes will be closed or looking downward, and your hands are in your lap. Let's begin. Listen to the sound of the bowl. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and release. Again. And release. Continue to breathe normally. And remember, focus on your breath through your nose, your chest, or your belly, wherever you feel it the most. If you have thoughts come into your mind, recognize them, tell them you'll deal with them later, let them float away on a cloud, and focus on where you feel you're breathing the most. Breathe in, breathe out. If you hear noises around you, let them just float away from you and stay focused on your breathing. We want you to be present in the moment. Continue to breathe normally. Just a little bit longer. Hang in there. You may slowly open your eyes. I hope you're all well and that mindful moment helped you to relax and get focused on today's lesson. I hope too that you guys have been practicing your mindful moments, whether it was with me on the videos on the website or maybe you've gone to use Calm or Breathe. Either way. Plus I have a Cosmic Kids yoga on my website that also includes mindful breathing. All right. Do you remember a few lessons ago when we sent kind thoughts to someone? Do you remember how that made us feel? Many of us felt good and happy. Isn't that interesting that when we think nice thoughts about someone, we feel good? So raise your hand if you have ever felt good because of something nice someone did for you or said. Raise your hand if you've ever felt bad because of something mean someone has said. Will you try an experiment today with me to learn why that happens? All right. We are going to close our eyes, be quiet and still, and I'm going to read you a scenario, which is a scene from a playground, and I want you to imagine yourself in that scene. Okay? So everybody quiet and still. Close your eyes or look downward. Imagine you're hanging out with your friends. Someone in your group gets picked on. Imagine that you laugh at the joke and run ahead with the friends who made the joke. Notice how you feel, and imagine how your friend who got picked on might feel. This time, imagine that someone in your group gets picked on. Everyone's laughing. But this time, you hang back and tell your friend, don't worry, forget about it. Your friend smiles and you walk together, catching up with the rest of your friends. Notice how you feel this time and imagine how your friend might feel. Okay, open your eyes. All right, which feels better to you? The first scenario where your friend was hurt and you were laughing, or the second scenario where you stood up with your friend and let them feel better and walked them back to the group? I hope you all agree that the second scenario felt better, because we don't want to hurt, and we don't want to hurt our friends either. All right, we have another playground scenario. So everybody get in your mindful body positions. Close your eyes or look downward and listen. Imagine you are on the playground and someone comes up to you and says something very mean. Notice how that makes you feel. Now imagine that you want to say something mean back. Yeah, most of us would. Notice how your body feels and what that's like. Are you getting tense? Is your face getting tight and angry? Are you getting hot? You're about to say or do something, but you stop just for a moment and you take 3 mindful breaths. Let's do that right now. Breathe in, hold it, hold it, hold it, and release. Again, and release. One more time. I don't know about you, but I feel a lot calmer. I was getting all worked up about somebody being mean to me and calling me a name. I don't like that. Now that I've taken some deep breaths, I'm calmer. I have more oxygen up here in the front of my brain, and I can react more logically and not emotionally. If you're still feeling angry, go ahead and take another deep breath. We can't help when we feel angry, but we can help how we react to it. And that's why our mindful breathing is so important, because when we feel that emotion, we want to do our mindful breathing so we can be calm and make the right decision. All right. So many of you, first you felt angry or sad or frustrated, and then after you used your mindfulness, you felt better or happier or more calm. How long did it take for your feelings to change? Depends probably on how angry you get and how much mindful breathing you do. Just a few breaths made a difference for most of us. I think that's amazing that you did something for yourself in such a short period of time. Raise your hand if you've ever been angry and it lasted all day. I hate to admit it, but yeah. And when you were very angry and wanted to fight back, did that feel good or bad? Then when you do your breathing, how does that feel? Raise your hand if you've ever said or done something like yelled at someone, called someone a mean name, pushed someone, lied, hit, and later you wished you could take it back. I bet even your moms and dads have had that happen to them. Mindfulness helps us make decisions, and when we think before we act, we don't have regrets. The magic of heartfulness is that when we send kind thoughts to someone we care about, it makes us happy. The same thing is true with anger. When we treat someone unkindly, it can make us unhappy. Did you realize that? When we treat someone unkindly, it can make us unhappy, not just the other person. But anger is normal. Everybody gets angry, and we don't have to be afraid or ashamed of being angry. We want to bring mindfulness to the anger and transform it into heartfulness. Unless we are mindful, we can't catch ourselves, and we'll always just act out our anger or our frustration or our sadness, whatever it is. If we are mindful, we can choose to handle our anger differently. When we are mindful, we can choose to handle our anger differently. Isn't that powerful? Most of us would probably not choose to be angry and upset all the time. So here's your chance. You can do your mindful breathing, and it makes all the difference in the world. So we're going to close out with 1 minute of mindful breathing, and I want you to think of someone who may be going through a hard time right now. It might be a brother or a sister, an aunt or uncle, or your parents or grandparents, maybe a friend from school. I mean, you can think about all of us being at home on lockdown. with the quarantine going on. And I want you to think about that person and send them kind thoughts while we do our mindful moment, okay? Close your eyes and listen to the sound of the bowl. Take a deep breath in and release. Again and release. Put your hands over your heart. Think of that person that you want to wish well today. Let your heart fill up with love and kindness for them and send it their way. Maybe they don't even deserve it, but you are going to be loving and kind, and you are going to send it their way. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you all. Continue to practice your mindful moments, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.